It's no secret that Nigeria is one of the most culturally rich countries in the whole world, having over 250 ethnic groups and over 500 languages. This makes it feasible that misunderstanding will happen at interval, as language is a major factor that influences our ideologies from how we think to how we act. However, we've been a nation since 1914 amalgamation. We have faced civil wars before. We know from history how devastating it was. For this reason, we should never allow it to happen again. This brings me to our discourse today, the tribal card. There was a reason the Tower of Babel from ancient myths was never completed. It could not be completed because the builders could not understand each other. This hindered their ultimate goal. We could say the same for my country, Nigeria. You see, from the campaign period to the election period, a lot of propaganda and deliberately crafted techniques were employed to divide the unity of its people by some politicians and media. Time and time again, religion and politics have proven to be topics that can lead to division among a group of people, if not handled logically and objectively. I know it is possible to live together in peace and harmony, despite individual differences. However, it is not the same with majority because we lack understanding. If you objectively analyze all of the factors that influences our lives, from the environment we grow in, the kind of food we eat, what we listen to, our faith, our thoughts, the traits we inherited from our parents in our genes, you'd begin to discover it is only normal to have individual differences, especially for a country as rich in culture as Nigeria. A air of melancholy surrounds me because most people are moved only by emotions rather than objectivity, looking at the facts and the consideration of individual differences. Take a look back at 2020 when Nigerians demanded accountable leaders, that we have had enough of their mediocrity and we say no more. In that period, we were one because we had a common goal. We saw beyond tribes, ethnicity, and religion. We were our brother's keepers. We fed each other. We clothed each other. We sheltered each other. But what has happened to us now? How does Nkechi, who gave me food and looked after my well-being, has suddenly become my enemy? How does Funsho, who helped Rufai, has suddenly become Rufai's enemy? How did Chinedu, who aided Rukaya, has suddenly become Rukaya's enemy? How did my once beloved neighbor become a stranger? The answer is the tribal card. Our diversity as a nation makes it hard for us to see eye to eye at some point. We share different political views that, if not handled objectively, will cause an earthquake that will destroy us all. It makes me blue to see neighbors rise against neighbors, voter suppression by indigenes of a state. Yes, you are angry as a Lagosian that other tribe members are saying that this place, Lagos, is a no man's land. But have you stopped to think or differentiate or dissect the meaning of that statement from its connotative meaning to its denotative meaning? Yes, people saying that Lagos is a no man's land does not mean that Lagos does not belong to the Yorubas. It doesn't mean that Lagos does not belong to the Lagosians. It only implies that other tribe members have contributed immensely to the growth and development of a state like Lagos. It reminds me of one adage, Omodegbon, Agbagbon, Lafida Ile-Ife, meaning Ile-Ife was built because of everyone's contribution. The plot politicians used to divide us. These politicians the masses fight over are friends. They award projects to each other, they dine together, they help each other. They know when it is time to argue, they know when it is time to call a spade, they know when it is time to drop the hatchet, they know when the time is right to move on. Then you have Rocky, who couldn't see beyond the mischief of this propaganda. Now Rocky declares Fash as his enemy because Fash supports another party over reason. Likewise, Fash declares Abraham his nemesis because Abraham does not share his own political views. Meanwhile, Abraham was about to share a fully funded scholarship scheme with Fash that would have transformed his life forever. Too bad, it's gone. Sope Otilo. Now, Fash will remain in Nigeria when he would have been doing his MSc overseas. What I'm trying to say is a lot of individuals have insulted and turned away their helpers because they didn't understand their individual differences. I wonder if growing up is a plague. I don't remember any time when I was young I didn't play with other kids because they practice other religion. I don't remember. I recall sitting with other people who were from other tribes while I was in school. We lived as one. How much times have changed? Understanding individual differences, we can disagree and still live together as one big family in peace and harmony. Disagreements shouldn't tear us apart. It shouldn't make us enemies. It should bring us together as one. Politics, religion, sex have proven to be topics that can cause division. Be careful who you discuss it with. Let love lead. Beyond religion and politics, let love lead. Yes, now so Igbo people they do, I beg your pardon. How many Igbo people have you ever spoken with? How many Igbo people have you ever had a conversation with? Even if they are 10,000, they are still part of the minority. So you cannot conclude that all Igbo are bad. You can't say all Yorubas are bad because how many of them have you interacted with? You don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. Because one egg is bad, you don't throw away the rest of the crate. So we need to understand and dissect the words that we speak before we say them. Else, it can create more harm than good. Even if there are 10,000 people from a particular tribe who have offended you, it still doesn't make all of them bad because 10,000 is still a minority from the total number of people in that tribe. This means because you were offended by what Bimpe did to you as an Hausa man, doesn't make all Yoruba bad. No assumptions or general classification of everyone. Let's learn to live in peace and harmony, and let's learn to understand each other despite our individual differences. That will be all for today's podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one.